Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All. In today's video I will just give you a link to Duelyst open source code, the game which is open sourced recently, and it's a tactical battle card game, collectible card game, which is I think discontinued. It's not developed anymore, and it was successful. It's I will leave the link to this YouTube clip with the Duelyst open source announcement and GitHub repository link, and there you can see in more details these guys. I think they're called CounterPlay Studio, with developers of the game, why they are giving away their source code and all assets. And let me just fast forward to see some kind of those assets in more detail. So it's pixel artwork, and you have lots of characters. They are battling on the screen with different features, abilities in some kind of arena, and magic and stuff. And you have lots of cards to collect, to master, and so on. So it's a very complex game, a very professional, finished game. It has lots of features. I'm not sure in which engine was developed. Is it a custom engine developed by studio itself, or it was some kind of already famous engine? You even get this art, probably. We will check that out. So you have all the assets for free from the developers of this game for you to make whatever you want, royalty free, and it can be some private project or some kind of professional commercial project, which is great, or you can just use all of this artwork and code to learn, for example, learn animation, learn pixel art, or learn code. Again, I don't know what kind of game engine they used. Anyway, just click on this link here below this YouTube video, which I will link under my video, and it will bring you to GitHub, which is website, a place for programmers, amateur and professional alike, to put their code and share their code so other people can use it, learn from it, and so on, and improve it. You can see I have downloaded. I will show you how you can download this, but you see lots of folders here and different file formats, from JSON, JS, and so on, to probably some other formats and stuff in all of those folders. But so you can pick anything you want. If, for example, if you don't need everything, like complete project and all in it, you can just click on whatever you want here, enter it, and download it. Or you can go here to this button, code, and to this button, download the zip, which I have done already. To download the zip, and it was around 1 gigabyte big, so I have downloaded this, 1.1 gigabytes big, and I have unzipped it. So those two should match. Everything you see on the screen here on the website GitHub, when you download it, should be same thing. So you can see those folders match: GitHub, app, bin, CLI, and so on, config, desktop, Docker, docs, and so on. So this can be scary, and this can be overwhelming for most of you, and not only beginners but also intermediate users and programmers, because this is really big game, professional, lots of features and so on. So just use whatever you need from it if you need something, and concentrate on that, focus on that, and try to find it in those folders and pick it up, and then use it in your game, in your project, change it, learn from it, whatever you want, and that's it. I will maybe check this game and how it was made in what kind of tools and so on, but I'm not on at that level, or I myself, I don't work on multiplayer games. I haven't programmed any multiplayer games so far, so again I can learn from it probably to start, but maybe it will be too much for me also, but I will probably use it to find some kind of artwork, to check all of those characters, pixel art, for example. I can pick all of those characters and use them in my game. Those developers don't have problems with it, or I can make another whole new world, lore, some kind of history of those characters, their mythology and so on. So again, it's all about your imagination and ideas and what do you want to use, but let's finally open some of those folders to show you where you can find probably what you need. You can see by the size of the folder that the app folder is biggest, so probably it has the most stuff in it. If it's the biggest, there probably put the graphics, the artwork in it, but the name of it, the app, which means applications, says all to you, so it's probably in it. App application, it must be somewhere in it, so I double clicked on it, and again I'm using my downloaded zip file. The same thing can be found on internet here on GitHub. If you click on this folder app, it will do the same thing. It will bring you to the one which I just opened, or if you want to go back, just click on the previous starting point and so on. So I have opened the app, and again lots of folders, lots of stuff there for me to lose my mind in it, but I will just read those files, those folders, and see, okay, UI, user interface, I don't need that. SDK, software developer kit, resources, that's probably what I need, resources or data. If you're into audio, like music and sound effects and so on, so you can find them in audio, it makes sense. Data, some kind of utility, resources as JSON files and so on. Okay, so let's go to resources, and so you have 45 folders here in resources, and if you have watched some of my previous K4A Knowledge for All educational videos, you know that from time to time I call all of these graphic arts and music, sound effects and code assets or resources and so on. So it's the same thing here. They call it resource because you need to put that as a resource in your game engine, and then use it, then work on it. So all of the graphics, all of the code, all of the sound effects, as you can see here, SFX, and you can see those which I can now click to open in I'm using Winamp, but it will probably open in some kind of other application for you. All of those okay, so I can, for example, just need this one, this sound effects, pick it and use it for my game or this attack, and combine it maybe in my game which doesn't have any kind of connection with Duelyst. So those were the sound effects. Let me try to find, okay, user interface, units. Units are probably characters. Let's see those, and they are saved as a sprite sheet. We have learned that one image here is called in all of game engines sprite, but if you have lots of those, like for example 2 or 3 like this, to form some kind of animation, then it's called sprite frames, or sprite in some kind of row, in some kind of order. So we have sprite, we have sprites or frames, and when you have all of that on one block, on one sheet, it's called sprite sheet, and that's how you place, how you put your sprite resources in game when you have lots of these, lots of animations, so game engines can read them easily and faster as a block, as one whole. So you can see you have lots of those, and you can again use them in your games. Very small, probably some pixel art. I'm not a huge fan of pixel art, but you can use them in your game if you like, or change them or whatever. Yeah, this one looks good, like some kind of centaur. So you find them in app folder, resources, units, or even some kind of particle effects. Oh, cool. So I can, for example, just pick this one as if I need some kind of smoke, or maybe I can turn this into green bush or whatever, a tree. Just go crazy, go wild, as whatever you need. So let me see just what else do we have here. Maps. Let's arena. Yeah, arena is probably the image of the no maybe battle. Maps, yeah, maybe maps, yeah. So you can, for example, I can use this one. I can use this one to make some kind of battle game, or I don't know, maybe as a screensaver for my game, or some kind of cover art, whatever I need. So yeah, this one looks good. Not that one, but this one. So you would need lots of time or skills to create this, and here you get it for free. Let me check just a few more folders, but again, just go into app, resources, and then check all of those guys here. Yeah, this one looks also great. So lots of free stuff, lots of artwork, but more important, code. Again, it depends on what you need: art, code, icons, effects, sound effects. Yeah, so these are, for example, effects which I can use them in my game, for example, and combine with whatever. I can use this explosion and combine it with, for example, these food incidentals, or these free unity assets of fresh bread. Again, whatever you need, it's simple as that. And yeah, 15 minutes already, sorry. So check this out, I will leave the links, and thanks to those guys who created Duelyst and gave us the source code for free. See you in next video.